The most difficult decision that you'll ever make is to take action. That's the most difficult, the hardest thing that you'll ever do. Amelia Earhart said that the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is mere tenacity. Deciding to act isn't theoretical. It's not, well, I've decided to do something, but not now. That's not a decision to act. It's a decision to wait. A decision to act is always coupled with the corresponding action necessary to make meaningful progress toward its purpose. Life is full of decisions. Some decisions, such as what to have for dinner or what to do this weekend, are comparatively easy. It could be that you live in a part of the world where you have so many choices, so many things that you could do or would like to do, that the difficulty lies in what to do first and what to do another time. On the other hand, there are what you might call difficult decisions. Which job to take is a good example. There are many people who want to begin their working lives doing exactly what they've always wanted to do and at a salary that is near the top of what they could expect after they had worked in it for several years. Most people aren't offered either. At the beginning, they have to take what they can get and at low wages until they have more experience. And because they don't want to start at the beginning, they have to decide if they're willing to accept what they consider to be menial work for low pay or continue to look for something else. It's a hard decision because they want something better. Some are offered a choice: do what they love for low pay or do what they hate for a lot more. Getting married is another big and sometimes difficult decision. Is this the right person? How do you know? How can you be sure? And a mortgage can be a difficult decision too. Should you take on the legal obligations that come with one? On paper, it may make economic sense, but it can be much more difficult to move after you buy a house than if you rent. And of course, you have to keep up the payments too. Life is full of difficult decisions. There is one decision, however, that is more difficult than all of these. One decision that is the hardest of them all. And it's something that you face all the time, whether you realize it or not. And when I tell you what it is, it will make your life easier. That's because when you know what the hardest decision is that you'll ever have to make, it'll put everything else into perspective. What is the hardest decision? The hardest decision that you'll ever have to make is deciding to act. It's to take action. It's to do something about what you've decided to do, whatever it is. Whatever is on your mind or whatever is bothering you, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be what job to take or what business to start. It could be who to hire or who to fire. It could be who to marry and what house to buy. It could be where to go and what to do when you get there. The choices, the decisions are endless. You see, most people do a lot of talking. They tell you about all the great things they're going to do, all the places that they're planning to visit, and all the money they're going to make. But all you have to do is ask them, when? And you'll get a flood of excuses why they can't start on any of them right now. It's not a good time. We have to wait until the kids are out of school. We have to wait until the kids are in school. The economy is bad. The economy is on its way up, so I've missed my chance. Most people talk a good game, but few by comparison do anything about it. It turns out to be more of a pipe dream or wishful thinking than an actual goal, something they intend to do someday, any day, except today. If you're one of those people who is waiting for just the right time, then you need to recognize something. It's that you'll never take action because the time will never be right. You'll always find a reason to postpone your decision. And here's the thing, the longer you put it off, the more reasons that you'll give yourself for failing to act now. The harder you'll make it to do things in the future. And that's because every time you put off taking action, Every time you put off anything, you're telling your brain that this is something that you want to avoid. The more you avoid it in the present, the easier it will become to avoid it in the future. And a time will come when taking that action will seem like an insurmountable challenge, and you'll dismiss the idea of it altogether. It will become so big in your mind that you'll stop trying. The easiest time to decide to do anything is now. The world isn't going to stand still for you. You must evaluate your options and then take action. What's the one thing that's always coming but never gets here? Tomorrow. Because when it gets here, it's called today. Decide what you should do, whether it's in your job, your home, or your goals. It doesn't matter. Decide what action you're going to take and then take it. And keep on taking action every day. That's the tenacity that Amelia Earhart was talking about. You don't just take action once and then stop. You keep on doing it until you get what you want. You persevere. You press on. You just get on with it. No excuses. And you do it for as long as it takes. Make that decision and then take the action that will get you there today, tomorrow, and the next day. And keep on taking that action until you get what you want. I'm Dr. Bruce Hoag.